Have you ever been moments away from something important? An exam, a presentation, or work that could decide your future, and suddenly your body reacts. Your chest tightens, your thoughts rush ahead, your hands stop feeling steady. Nothing has gone wrong yet, but your mind is already preparing for danger. Most people respond by forcing calm, by pushing harder, by fighting their thoughts, and that's exactly why anxiety grows stronger. What if the way you're trying to calm your mind is the very thing disturbing it? Once upon a time, in a serene village where life moved gently, lived a young painter named Rohit. For months, Rohit had been preparing for his first public exhibition, a moment that felt as important to him as an exam that could decide his future. This exhibition is supposed to prove his talent to the villagers, to his former teachers, mostly to himself. Every morning he stood before the canvas knowing that each painting would be judged, remembered, compared. That's when the anxiety began. Before his brush even touched the canvas, his chest tightened, his thoughts rushed ahead. What if this painting disappoints everyone? What if they realize I'm not as good as they think? Some days, his hands trembled so much he had to put the brush down. Some days, his breath became shallow without warning. Often, he stared at the canvas for hours, unable to begin. The pressure of being judged turned something he once loved into something he feared. He tried to calm himself. He reasoned with his thoughts. He forced positivity. Nothing worked. One morning, overwhelmed and exhausted, Rohit walked to the edge of the village to see his old master. "I know how to paint," Rohit said quietly. "But the moment it matters, my mind takes over. My exhibition is coming, and I feel like I'm losing myself." The master listened without interruption. "I can help," he said at last. "But first, help me." What happened next surprised him because the master didn't ask him to paint anything meaningful. Inside the master's studio stood a fresh canvas. The master placed a small hourglass beside it and turned it over. "You have 5 minutes," he said calmly. "Paint a single, clean circle, nothing more." Rohit felt his heart jump. A time limit, a simple task. The master watching silently. The sand began to fall. For the first time, Rohit wasn't afraid of the task, he was afraid of failing it. His thoughts surged. "This should be easy. Don't mess this up. Why is my hand shaking?" He rushed. The circle wobbled. He tried again slower, but his breath was shallow now. His grip tightened. The line broke. The sand slipped lower. "Hurry. Fix it. Make it perfect." His brush dragged unevenly. The shape collapsed. Time ran out. Rohit stepped back, defeated. "I can paint entire landscapes," he said softly. "But I can't even do this." The master turned the hourglass again. Then he did something unexpected. He didn't start painting. He sat down, watched the sand fall, took a slow breath. Only then did he lift the brush. With one calm, unhurried movement, he painted a smooth, complete circle. No tension, no force. He placed the brush down before the sand finished falling. You didn't fail because you lack skill, the master said gently. You failed because pressure entered your body. When the clock appeared, your mind left the present. When judgment arrived, your breath changed. And when your body tensed, even simple things became difficult. He looked at Rohit. Painting requires patience, time, and a calm environment. So does your mind. He pointed to the canvas. When pressure enters, calm leaves, the master continued. And without calm, even simple things feel impossible. An anxious mind doesn't struggle because it lacks ability. It struggles because it has lost stillness. He pointed to the circle again. You tried to control the result before calming the moment. You tried to perform before allowing peace. Calm doesn't arrive after the task is done. It must exist before the first stroke. Before effort, create calm. Before judgment, slow the moment. Before action, let the mind settle. Peace is not something you force into your thoughts. It appears when you stop disturbing them. That evening, before touching his canvas, Rohit did something different. He allowed the pressure to exist, but did not let it rush him. He focused on slowing the moment, not fixing the outcome. He sat quietly, noticed his breath, let his body soften before his brush moved. Thoughts still came, but they passed without pulling him away. When he finally painted, his movements were calmer. Not perfect, but peaceful. The anxiety didn't disappear overnight, but it no longer controlled him. The exhibition was still coming. The pressure still existed. What changed was how Rohit met it. With patience, with time, with calm. If simple things feel hard, it's not because you've lost your ability. It's because calm has been replaced by pressure. You don't end anxiety by forcing your mind to be quiet. You end it by restoring calm before action. When calm returns, clarity follows, and effort becomes natural again. If this story resonated, remember this. You are not failing because you're incapable. You are struggling because calm has been replaced by pressure. At Solvora Tales, we share quiet stories like this to help you slow down, reflect, and reconnect with peace. Until the next story, before you try harder, pause. Before you judge yourself, slow the moment. Choose calm first.